Hi, Sagittarius. It's Lynn from Tinker Tarot and Cartomancy. Just checking on the volume. Oops, I hope I didn't just hurt your ears boosting those speakers right now. Anyway, I am here to do your February 2024 reading, and I'm just pulling some clarifying cards when I saw it was 3 o'clock. Uh-oh, I better get on there. So this is kind of interesting, Sagittarius. So, oh, there we go. Okay. Wow. So the cards that jumped out for you while I was shuffling is you have the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit. And the Hermit is about seeking some time for reflection, getting away from everyone and everything, and or getting some distance from something to reflect what is the right path, what um to see everything really clearly, to see the light forward. Okay. And in the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles is kind of it makes me think of when fishing, really fishing. And you're trying different spots to see where you can get some bites, okay? This is the pages about um trying something new, okay? And also about inspiration, getting inspiration and getting new inspiration, and maybe trying something different than what we're used to doing. We have this old method of doing things, and the page is about trying something new, something different, okay? So, um, and then but you also got the Five of Swords in that mix as well, to clarify that mix. And the Five of Swords is when you feel like you're in a dilemma, okay? Someone has said something, or where you feel like you don't have a voice in some ways. You don't feel like you have a voice. You may not feel like you have a right. You may feel doubt about your actions or about this person. You're not sure, and you may walk away from each other. You may get some distance, as is suggested in the Hermit, because there could be something immature going on too, with this Page of Pentacles. But it's also about trying something new. Okay. Hi, La Luz, and hello, LA. A lot of L's in there. So anyway, so it might be good to get a bit of distance, because you could have had some sort of confrontation with someone where you felt you were either being bullied or didn't have a voice, or perhaps you were the one that came on too harshly. Maybe you're being harsh, or they were being too harsh. There was harshness of some sort. um hmm. Hi, Sandy. So in the recent past, you have the Queen of Cups, the Temperance, the Knight of Swords, Strength, and the Seven of Rods. Okay. So the Queen of Cups is feeling emotionally. She's a real deep energy. Okay. This could be a water sign around you, or the energy of the Queen of Cups. This could be you. And this is feeling very emotional. She's a very sensitive soul, and she's usually very attractive. And she is about connection and connecting with people. She loves to connect with people, nourish people, help people feel better, usually. Anyway, so there is this energy of connection, right? And then you have the Temperance. And the Temperance is about some sort of self mastery and bringing something into balance, taking steps, perhaps in relationship, in a relationship or, in relationships, and it's taking some steps to improve. Okay. And I think this is could be a multi-layered thing because there's many shades of blue in this situation, many shades of blue, okay? So this could be multi-layered emotionally anyway, but I feel like there's growth here, either for the parties involved or for the self. Okay, there's growth here for the self. This brings potential for growth and bringing oneself more into balance. Okay, so then you have the Knight of Swords of Strength and Seven of Rods, and I feel like you need to have some strength or trust, in yourself or someone else. All right. And you might be required to handle something with grace. You may be required to handle something, have strength during a difficult time. This could be news that you heard. This could be um, it could be a confrontation, like I said, some sort of a confrontation where you need to get more facts. I feel like, you feel you don't know enough about it. You need to get more facts or more discovery, but it could start a bit of a blaze here, this situation. That's why you need grace and strength to see you through. At this time, you might be required to restrain yourself, strong arm tactics, bullying, pushing, micromanaging is not going to win the day in this. Okay, it is grace and strength and patience too. This requires patience. Okay, but it seemed like it happened really quickly, or there's some urgency or something to it in a way. But what it requires, oh my goodness, La Luz. Oh, this is just so wonderful. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. How kind. Um, so the thing is that I feel like both people, or the people involved in the situation, are defensive. There's defensive energy on both sides. Okay, someone, or like maybe both parties, who there's some vulnerabilities being exposed here. Okay, basically, and it could be on both sides as well. Perhaps it's just on one side. Perhaps it's for you, Sagittarius. Perhaps it's for this other person. And in some ways, and this is past energy, neither one was willing to budge. Both or all people felt like what they were right, or they have something to defend. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, it's hard to, if you see the beauty in the Strength card, this is overcoming this energy. I don't think really there's a reason to be defensive, but you are all the same. It's something's made you feel vulnerable, and you're required to maybe take a break, get some distance, have a little trust. Um, there's something you're to learn here in this, because it's something you feel vulnerable about. It's tender. Okay. Oops. Sorry, I juggled the table. I just love the way you guys are all chatting together. I just love that. Go ahead. All right. So, current energy sort of sort of, and this is in February, right? And I'm going to tell you right in the dead center of your reading is devil energy. Okay. And devil energy brings up our shame, our fears, our paranoid, our monkey mind that gets you thinking, the devil on your shoulder, and it gets talking in your ear, trying to convince you of your own lack of self worth, or the lack of confidence in a situation. You know what I mean? Causing suspicion, causing, more drama than it really is. Okay, so you need to be very careful of this devil energy. Now, there also could be a Scorpio in the mix, but doesn't have to be. So you also have the Four of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Page of Cups. So in the Four of Cups, there's some sort of dissatisfaction. Something's not exactly going the way that someone hopes. Maybe they're not getting the offers that they want in business, in love, perhaps. Maybe Sagittarius. There's something around you that's not quite measuring up, the way you hoped. You're not getting everything you hoped out of something. So, and that could be from this person. Now, this person could be an air sign around you, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or it could be the energy of the person around you. And this person is actually deeply emotional, very sensitive, sweet soul. But they kind of are, they're kind of cold. They have a bit of a cold energy, a harsh energy at times, because they have this protective cloak around themselves. Sometimes they say exactly what you mean. They be careful what you ask them, because you will get the truth, right? And they're not trying to hurt anybody or anything like that, but they could be kind of defensive because they've been hurt before. They've been hurt before. Okay. And so that's why they're, perhaps this devil energy comes in and kind of starts talking the old memories. Oh, remember when this happened before, or remember when, and of course you degrade or devalue yourself in some ways. Okay. Oh, your old fears pop up. Okay. Now, what's really interesting here is you got the Five of Swords again. This is the second time. So this is really strong here. And this is feeling perhaps judged, perhaps maybe ganged up on. You might feel ganged up on in a way. Also, you could be letting this devil energy affect you. And you are ganging up on yourself. You are saying, "Oh, you stupid idiot. Oh, you stupid loser. Oh, you're going to ruin everything," or whatever, and you're giving yourself these harsh messages, because nobody else has to do it. We do it to ourselves, right? You know. And and I think that you need to change this. Okay? And what you need to do is give loving messages, even though you're scared, even though you feel vulnerable, even though you worry that, can I trust this? You know, you need to share loving messages. And I think part of that is showing your vulnerability. See, usually when they show someone with bare skin, so his chest is bare, his arms are bare, we're leaving ourselves vulnerable, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to be open and loving and honest. And so this is being honest about your feelings, being vulnerable, and feeling Like, I'm too old to be, this is teenage stuff. I should be way over this by now. Whether it's you don't feel good enough for the group of people in a relationship. But anyway, you're going to change the messages you give yourself and you give others. Okay. This could be an apology. This could be an apology from you or to you or both ways. Who knows? But anyway, I feel like you're going to be expressing love, kindness, and it's vulnerable. You feel um immature or something like that. Not immature like you're dumb or you're no something like that, but it feels uh like a young sort of thing. Anyway, because the Page of Cups wants to share their cup. They want to share their emotions. Okay. It's time to open up, be open. All right. I like it. Oh, that reminds me. I started a book, and this book is about self worth, improving your self worth. And it's called The Journal of Letting Go, I think. I don't know where the book is right now. But anyway, one of the exercises in this book that is really helpful in this circumstance is you make a list on a piece of paper of all those negative thoughts, all those negative feelings you have about yourself. So I'm dumb, I'm lazy, I don't know, whatever it is, okay? And then beside that statement, you write the opposite. So I'm a genius and I am motivated, you know. Change that thought to a good thought. Start changing those. But it's a good idea. I loved the idea that it had to write down what are those negative things you're thinking about yourself. Let's clarify that. And let's switch that. Let's change that way of thinking. And so every time I think of one of those negatives I say to myself, I remember the positive. I remember the opposite. And so this is, it's just really helpful. Okay. So to clarify that little bunch, oh, hold on a cotton picking minute. I jumped the gun. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, I'm just going to proceed forward and I'll come back to that because it's all zigzaggy if I go back now. Okay. So the outcome near the end of February is the Ten of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Look at all the pentacles, okay? And pentacles are a lot about healing too, okay? The High Priest and the Five of Rods. So the Ten of Pentacles is some sort of success. You're going to reach success in something that you've been spending time and focused and working on, okay? You it's some sort of completion in some way to something that you've been working on for a long time, and you may get recognition, you may get financial rewards, but you're definitely enjoying success with something, okay? In the Five of Pentacles, though, I feel like you feel alone in some ways, like you are going through something on your own. And I feel like it's this bringing yourself back into balance, really, your heart and your mind, getting them to work together, instead of fighting with each other. And I think that this is something that you need to do on your own. You need to heal. Nobody can help you, nobody can tell you the magic word. This is time spent with yourself, whether writing, meditating, I don't know what it is, but you need to put some time into it, okay? And I feel like you got to do it yourself. That's that's true. There was a lot of swords there, a couple, but someone's holding a sword in the devil card too, right? Causing some sort of disruption. Because sometimes that Knight of Swords can cause disruption in some way, okay? So then in the Eight of Pentacles, you're putting time and energy. And I really think, Sagittarius, this is into yourself. You're devoting energy, treating yourself better. Okay. I also feel like you're devoting some time into a new, not maybe a new, I feel like this is something that you've always messed around with. It could have been a hobby. It could have been, I feel like it's something you haven't really formulated into a career or business yet, but you may at this time. Now, it may come to you through a catalytic way, okay? Through something that messes up a an idea, a vision, a something comes to you about what you can do with this. You may learn a lot from this experience and want to share this, want to develop uh, I don't know. I feel like people are watching or someone is watching because you're gaining mastery again. You're gaining mastery over something, a difficult situation for sure. And this is working it out. We're hammering something out. Okay. Hammering it out and working it out. All right. Um, the High Priest and the Five of Rods. So in the High Priest, we again, this is actually where you do it. You've reached it. You understand. You've gained the knowledge. And you can practice it now at this point. You're into practice. You're full into practice, and because practice makes perfect, and you are evolving at this time to a new, I think, consciousness awareness for yourself. And I think you'll be after this, going through this, because it could be take a little bit time, energy, focus. But when you do this, and you even may go, you may, okay, for some of you, you may go work for an organization, an institution. Okay. You may only go there part time, doing some part time work. Maybe you're consulting. I don't know what you're doing. Okay. But you may be going to some sort of an institution to, I feel it's part time or contract or something like that. Okay. For others of you, you are evolving spiritually, with your whole self. You're ready to ascend and let some of these steps about yourself be steps about yourself. Okay. They don't define who you are anymore. And I feel that you'll be ready to face anybody after this point, at this point. This guy, he's meek. He doesn't have all the support and the family and everything behind him, and so he feels vulnerable, but he still shows up. He's showing up to stand up for himself. He's standing up for himself and saying, I don't care what anybody says. I know who I am, and I know what I did or didn't do, you know and and so this is standing up for yourself, whether it's up to 1 or 20. You are defining yourself more here. Okay. And I feel like in the recent past, or maybe long past, I don't know, but this may be a pattern where something happens and you go into that devil energy and start saying, there you go, you did it, or, whatever those old messages are. And now you got to go through this whole darn thing again. You know what I mean? You gotta repeat this whole pattern, dig yourself out of the shithole again. It's like, what the hell? So I feel like here you're gaining ground. You're finally gonna, because you're spending the time and doing the work. Okay. So to clarify all this, so to clarify this recent past where there was something kind of something ignited here, I feel like something ignited, okay? And you're really trying to have grace and patience and strength and be cool, but you feel defensive, okay? So, Knight of Swords, Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So there's that Knight of Swords, rushing in with this message or information. Sometimes they need to look for information, need to dig more and find out, okay, taking action, but looking into something or yourself more, okay? And this I see all these wands coming together, and they're the energy together is like really strong and really communicative and lots of action. And so it creates um a spark, I think at first it was like a flame you want to put out, but now it started a spark you want to um you don't want to put out, you know. The spark is different, you see something now. I can turn this into something better. I can really improve this. I can it's expansion. Okay, basically it's expansion and it's action, taking action on this, okay? And then the Ace of Pentacles. So out of this comes a new seed, a new beginning, new potential, okay? And this is for healing. This is for healing, okay? Also, I also feel like for some of you too, who could have been struggling with work, at work, what's going on there could be a new offer, a new potential. And it could be something to do with traveling. You could be traveling for work in some way. Um, you know, something like that. So there's a definite possibility, also possibility for purchasing something, a new purchase perhaps, something like that. The clarification in this current energy, kind of mid-February, okay, where you are healing that hurt from whatever was from the past, whatever you got stung with there with the blade. And so healing some of that, okay? And turning these messages around from shame and fear and doubt into love and trust and honesty. So to clarify that, you have the Seven of Wands, the World in reverse, and the Two of Swords. So the Seven of Wands is about protecting yourself. You know what I mean? It sometimes you are being challenged, whether this is spiritually or, whatever, okay? And this is, what they tell people to picture this white light around you. I like to imagine a ring of fire protecting me. But again, it's getting a bit of distance from all the excitement, the turmoil, the drama, whatever it is. and still keeping an ear open to it all, still kind of listening, hear what's going on, watching, reading the memos, but trying not to engage to bring yourself into any crappy energy, basically. Okay. And with the world in reverse, feel like something's not ready to end, even though you may have been considering that, ending something, walking through this door, starting something new. I feel like it might not be ready to do this at this point, but maybe you need that distance and, not taking action into the drama, the more, whatever it is going on. Okay. And the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is because, this is the thing. I think you were thinking about ending it or thinking about stopping doing something, maybe quitting your job or whatever the situation is for you. You were thinking about walking away, but you're really undecided. You're not sure which way to go. You're not sure which way is the right way. I think that part of you feels determined to go this one direction, but part of you thinks, I just don't know if I can leave this behind. I don't know if I can leave this behind. I treasure this. I love this. I don't know if I can give it up. So this teeter totter is happening here where you're trying to make a decision. Um, and I don't know if you're really seeing the situation clearly in the present moment. Okay. It's not exactly clear. Everything isn't. So then in this last line where you're getting some sort of success, I think in your career, what you've been really putting your energy and your time and everything into, I also feel like it's in your healing. I feel like you're finally going to heal from something that has been an old wound, an old trigger, an old something, okay, that's been sort of stuck under the cushions, but pricks you in the ass every once in a while, reminds you. Anyway, so I feel like it's going to take work and time and focus, all right? You're going to master this, all right? And you'll be able to face anybody after that, okay? This says, to clarify that, you got the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Success is in communication. Success is in a new beginning. Sometimes we have to go way down to the bottom to see the light. So you know how they say, geez, they had to hit hot bottom or rock bottom before they realized they were on a bad track or not going anywhere, not seeing the light, that's for sure. And so there's success here. I think that you are seeing the light. You're able to communicate. You come in peace at this point. You are ready to be honest, to be open, mostly with yourself. And anyway, I feel like this brings you a lot of emotional clarity, a lot of um a lot of self-awareness, to tell you the truth. Like I think you can really see within yourself and you're being honest with yourself, and that's the most important here, cuz we think we are until something comes up and we deny it, we reject it, we get defensive, but we got to ask ourselves, why are we so defensive? Why are we so upset? Why is this getting to us? And so this is the journey you're making here, Sagittarius, except this time you're getting it. You needed this. You needed this. You're getting it. So there's success and there's clarity and a new vision here. There's a new vision, a new opening up those lines of communication about being clear, being honest, and about what we found down there in the basement. You went way down, 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 down to the cellar. And what did you find? Okay. You don't have to confess or anything to people. You don't have to tell your whole darn story. And, you know, you just have to say, um, I know that I value you. I know that I value me. I know that where I went wrong and I'm ready to move forward. I'm going to give myself those great messages, right? So you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. This Ace of Swords is about being honest, having clarity. Also, it's a communication that's making you happy. You're getting communication, whether it's a phone call, a letter, an email, a text, or whatever. This is something that's bringing you joy, that's making you happy, that signals a new start, kind of, in a way, it's deep. It's deep. So, yeah, wowzer, wowzer, wowzer. So, I want to remind you about this devil energy. You can succeed here, Sagittarius. You're smart. You're smart cookie. You're deep spiritual soul. And but I understand you're also the wounded healer. You have your wounds that you go ahead and thank you. I'll tell you in a sec. You're you will go ahead and help someone else and help everyone else before you'll attend to your own wound. You'll bleed and drip blood all over the place before you attend to, and now it's a time to attend to this. And part of it is the devil's messages whispering in your ear. You got to stop that. So I want you to think about making that list. What are the crappy things you say to yourself? What are those messages you say to yourself? And then write the opposite of that. And on my list, I put, I am a fool. And on the opposite side, I wrote, I am the magician. So, I didn't say I'm not a fool. I wrote something really positive about myself, really creative, powerful. And I tried to give myself back some more power that I wasn't feeling. So I really want you guys to think about doing that. And you don't have to do it all in one go. You can write some and then come back to it a day or a couple days later. But start creating this so that you have something new to say to yourself instead of that old darn monkey, instead of that old darn tape, or what would it be now? I forget what they call MP3. Your MP3 you keep playing over and over again. You know. So yeah, so I just wanted to like really, really grind that in. And so thank you so much for talking about the glasses. These glasses, my boyfriend and I were down in Punta Gorda, Florida, and there is a store there called the Funky Junkies, and I had to go in. And there's rooms upon rooms upon rooms of things, like a really cool things. And I spotted these glasses, and they reminded me so much of Dame Edna. She's just like outrageous, totally. And so they're actually like, reader glasses. They're like 1.75 or something. And so they'd help me at the same time. Aren't that great? Like, it's hard to probably look at me seriously, really look at me and seriously get into this, that she's wearing these kooky gong show glasses. So, yes. So, yes, that's a very good point. This goes for friends. This goes for family members. This goes for, um, because it feels like, you know, the if you look at these two people, really they're the same. One's got a few extra clothes. They're a little more well equipped than the other one, but they're the same person. One person feels more vulnerable than the other one, so they might be a little bit more defensive, but this could be with friends, with family members, with in business, co-workers, anyway, and you may feel vulnerable from their actions or maybe what something there, and so you stand up for yourself, but this is a good thing, although it may not feel like it in the beginning, because this is helping you see something in yourself that you want to change. You want to change. So, oh, the round glasses too. Those are my Professor Gonigal glasses that I look like I'm in The Inventor, and I got to put them up. What's that? So I can wear those too. Yeah, be your own best friend. It's true, but we always don't have that 100% positive things. Sometimes we fall, and sometimes we just got to pick ourselves back up and keep, you know, going to program or saying these messages to yourself or whatever it is, because it's repetitive. The key is repetitive action, repetitive motion, and you make it your new habit. This is my new habit. I always do this. I used to put affirmations around the house, and I'd have it on the wall, on the door, on the mirror, and all over. And people would come over and see them, and they'd say, "What's this?" And I said, "Oh, it's just to help me feel better about myself. It's just to help me improve my self esteem." So, and and they liked it, and I don't know if they did it in their own homes, but I know when they came over to my house, they said it. I said, "The key is saying it out loud to yourself. You gotta say it out loud. You need to hear yourself saying it." So, they would do it sometimes, because it's inspirational. It's inspirational. But so, my dearest darlings, I hope this reading helps you in the month to come. And I want to remind you to be gentle with yourself. I want to let you know you're going to have success. It's just going to put some work into you for a change. I know how much you help others, and you need to help you right now. So, and you're worth it. I want to let you know you're worth it. I also want to tell you, I came up with this idea from all this stuff of worth coming up and everything. I thought it would be a cool idea to make a crown. And you can be a queen or a king, and you need to promote yourself, elevate yourself. And so you might have an earth crown, and it's made with driftwood and leaves and flowers, and I don't know, moss for all I know. And you might be a bling kind of crown, and you have an upside down chandelier with all your old jewelry hanging off of it. You might have a birdhouse sitting there, and it's all decorated somehow. The possibilities really are endless in this creation of how we want to promote ourselves, how we want to feel like a queen, feel like a king. I'm on the damn race. I'm here on earth. I'm worth something. So, crowning yourself, and this may take time to develop, to make your crown and everything. But I would really love to see everyone's idea. I went to that fantasy in the forest in the summer, and that lady had a crown of butterflies. She had like all these silver sort of pipe cleaner things sticking up, and all these little butterflies were flying at different heights and stuff around her head, and it just looked so precious. Someone else had took a sterling silver serving dish and turned it upside down and made it into some sort of thing. So like I said, the things, and imagine all the stuff that you have around your house you've collected over time, all those one earrings, those ties, those trinket things that you never can't quite get rid of because it's a memory. And this crown is part of you, who you are. Who do you represent? You know, what would you be the queen of? What makes you feel amazing? So think about that. So anyway, you're welcome, Jill and LA and Annette, and we had La Luz and or La Lutz. Let me see, who else do we have here? Thank you so much, guys. Wow, you're really chatting away. Oh, hi, Max. Thank you very much. The vintage pin up. Oh, you know what? You see how that wagon, I kind of put it up there for a reason, that picture, right? Because that wagon is a fixer-upper, if you didn't notice. And this is what you are right now. You're a fixer-upper. There's such a good foundation there. There's such a strong foundation there. You just need to give it some TLC, a little makeup, a little tender care, and that could really be a beaut. It could really be a beauty. So I want you to think about that. And I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of getting carried away with this. It feels really good. But just want to make sure I said hello to everyone. Yeah. And thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support. You're amazing. And I really appreciate you as much as you appreciate me. Honest to God, I do. Anyway, I love you so much. Be sure to comment any more if this resonates for you and what you're going through in your life right now. And write to me if I can help in any way. I love you. Bye now.